Hello, hello, hello. This is Adolf, and I have with me Classic Jake
Howdy, folks.
and New Jake.
Hello.
And today we're doing our COVID story part 2. And we're probably going to have a part 3, but for now, part 2. So, of the 3 people on this podcast, 2 of us are now fully vaccinated and 1 has not.
Woo!
And the one that has not is not because of their own faults. So, Classic Jake, since you're the one that has not, talk about that experience.
I think clusterfuck is the best. I mean, the state is constantly screaming about we need to get people vaccinated. I agree. You can't conquer this disease until you're vaccinated. Problem is, seems like nobody has vaccine or there's no appointments. Because every time I try to get an appointment, it's months out. And then a few times I've set one, it's been canceled because they ran out of they've ran out. They're not going to get any more. The places change. They and I don't even and I can't even pick which vaccine. Like, why couldn't I get a vaccine from my doctor? Somebody who knows my health record and would know which one to pick for me. I mean, I'm willing to take any of them. I mean, even the Johnson and Johnson one, which is, I mean, the chance of me getting blood clots is a lot less than me getting COVID. So I can live with those odds. But I mean, this is really frustrating. And some people are saying, "Oh, why don't you go to the fairgrounds?" And I'm like going, "Yeah, the fairgrounds. I might get a shot. Waiting in line, have to stand in line for hours on end with people who don't understand social distancing, and then only to be told, oh, we're out of vaccine again. Come back tomorrow." It's just like the early days of the pandemic when everybody was trying to get hand sanitizer and toilet paper.
I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah. I'm like going, and we're going back under lockdown again because people just can't. They just, and I'm just getting over it. I mean, just, this is, to me, I'm thinking this is the new normal. I'm going to be holed up in a house wearing a mask till the end of days.
Okay. You would definitely get the vaccine if it was available.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
Okay.
I mean, and I know I'm going to have a reaction because I always have a reaction to any. I mean, I know, and it's going to be worse than most people. I know that going in because that's the way I've been since I was a little kid.
You take it up like a man.
Yeah.
All right. New Jake, how was your experience getting the second vaccine?
I mean, even though West Virginia, there's a lot of people who are like anti-mask or whatever. It was actually very smooth, and despite the ineptitude of our governor, it's been really, really smooth and easy getting a vaccine. You could go to almost any pharmacy around here and get one. I just went a couple blocks away from me to get my second one, and unfortunately, it was pretty rough getting my second vaccine, like the side effects of it.
And for the audience, just in case they didn't listen or don't remember, you got the Pfizer vaccine, correct?
Yes, I did. I got the second dose of the Pfizer. I mean, like the first reaction was very easy; it was just a sore arm. But the second vaccine, I did get a sore arm, but it wasn't as bad as the first time. But I did get sick. And unfortunately, I was on mandatory overtime. I did get sick then. It was after work. I got cold chills really bad, and I got a fever. Felt really achy, so I felt like I had the flu essentially. And those symptoms lasted for 12 hours. And this was 15 hours after getting the shot or so. And then for a couple days afterwards, I was still a little weak, but I did have a lymph node swell underneath my right arm, and it was very tender and kind of hard to work with. That was my experience.
How long has it been since you got in it?
9 days now.
And now you feel fine?
Oh yeah, I felt fine. Like, I mean, those most of those symptoms only lasted 12 hours, so I was pretty much good to go, except for my lymph node. It took a couple of days.
Okay. So my experience, so I got my first from Moderna, from a local city, and I'm not gonna name names. So that was a whole different experience. So I was like waiting for a week for dose 2, and I was like, okay, now what? Do I go to the website I tried to log in the website, and I don't know what's going on with this website, but every time it would, password would fail. And then I would try to reset the password, and then they'll send me an email link, and then I click the link, and then it sends me to the reset page, and then just like a never-ending loop where I will go to the link to reset it, and then it'll send me out to reset it, it drove me crazy. And I eventually just called, and it took me a while to figure out how to talk to a person, and they're like, yeah, we don't really know what supply we're going to get until the week of, so we can't, do an appointment or anything. It's like, all right, whatever. So I get an email. Okay, your second dose is automatically created. We made a appointment for you on Tuesday, and at 5:30 p.m., which sucks. Because how the hell am I supposed to plan my day for that? And this is supposed to be like in downtown, so I'm gonna hit traffic both ways. So yeah, that's really out of my way, and it's a really bad time. Where the first time was like at 10, I could deal, and this it's like, oh, I have to go into 5 o'clock traffic or 4 o'clock traffic because there's always traffic at 4, not just at 5. It gets worse at 5. So I called. They're like, yeah, we can't reschedule because we don't know what's happening next week. It's like, oh, for the love of God. And, you just have to, take it. It's like, all right. So I started looking outside of the city that I did it with. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go to Walgreens. Why not? I went to Walgreens.com. They're like, oh, yeah, we have vaccinations near you. Cool. Put this address work for you? It's like maybe 5 miles from my house. Yeah, sure. Okay. How does this time sound? Which was like 9:30 in the morning on Tuesday. It's like beautiful. And it's like, which one? When was the last time you got it? And enter date. Enter date. Okay, you qualify. Which one? Moderna or Pfizer? Moderna. Okay, we have it then. We have it there. You be here at 9:35 a.m. I was like, okay. So I go over there, bring my card. And no one's in Walgreens, which is okay. It's a complete ghost town at 9:30 on a Tuesday, and pharmacist is there. She gave me the paper to fill out real quick, and then 5 minutes later, I got into the room and they gave me my shot. And they put on my the CDC card. They put a sticker. They didn't write on there. I don't know why. And then they gave me a coupon for Walgreens for like $5. If you buy $10, you get $5 off or something, because I chose to get my vaccine from them.
Oh, that's nice.
It's like, okay. And, I felt, arm hurting and a little bit hunger. That day, my wife got it the day before, and she was tired. So I took like a half day then. Or not like a half day, I gave up. I stopped working around 3, and I usually work till 5. It's like, all right, that's fine. I just took a nap, and arm was so swollen. Next day, just tired still, even though I slept more, and just the fatigue and my arms being sore, and I did a half day then, and slept, and my arm is now fine. It's been I got it on Tuesday. It's now Sunday, so a couple days. and I feel like I'm 99% back, if not 100%. So yeah, that's basically my story. I did call the government agency place where I got it and told them, hey, I got it from over here. I'm going to cancel my appointment for 5:30, so that way someone else can get it. To be considerate and be a decent person, and not to be flaky. So I was like, okay, cool, and I got my card, and I'm good to go, and I haven't really felt anything in a couple days. And my wife, after those like 2 days of being tired, she's fine too. So that's our experience. I mean, I guess maybe you could fly over here, Jake, and get it at Walgreens. I don't know. Because maybe that's a way you could do it, because there seems to be not much demand anymore over here. Since
I live within walking distance of a Walgreens, and I can't get an appointment.
And like, I didn't have to. Before I've tried to go to Walgreens multiple times and had issues left and right with the website crashing and then having the wrong information. And like, I did like initially get my first shot scheduled through there, but then it said let's order the second one, and then they didn't have access to have the dates, so it just crashed. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. So now my where I live, they're having like open after 5 o'clock times, so you could get it like 5 to 10 p.m. and you don't have to call in anymore. You just walk in, and they just give you the time, and say this time, this day, and then they put like multiple days of the week, and boom, you go over there, wait in line, and you leave. And
they still have here. They still have restrictions. In fact, the only way I could even access the calendar to get an appointment was to lie.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I still don't. Yeah, even though I'm on the older side, I'm still not technically old enough. So I lied, and so I've been lying and saying I live in a multi-generational household, which is sort of technically kind of true, but not really.
Yeah, for me, the website says, "Are you over the age of 16? Are you obese? Or you all those things?" And if yes, then you got it. So it's like, yeah, I'm over 16. So I am obese too. So sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our story for part 2. Eventually, we'll do a part 3 with Classic Jake whenever you get the vaccine. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, we're having the soap opera. Will I get vaccinated or catch COVID? I mean, that's where we're at right now.
Hopefully you don't catch COVID. Hopefully you get the vaccine, and hopefully we all win the lottery too.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to a world where I don't have to use hand sanitizer every 5 minutes.
With that, we'll wrap up this podcast. Take care, everyone. Be safe. It's still pretty bad out there. You don't know who has it, who doesn't have it. So be safe. Bye.
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 Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D, Mr. Bengal 5, and Kevin Winter for your financial support on Patreon.com. So that's going to be it for this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwo@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.